This is a problem. We live in a world now where our devices have become a major part of our lives. I mean, they help us interact, learn, and laugh. And with these pieces of technology, we're able to experience large amounts of pleasure at the touch of a button. Like watching a bunch of hilarious TikToks, playing video games, or binging the newest Netflix series. There's so much to do now, and these actions are super fun, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows, and these supernormal stimuli can actually lead down a dark path. By interrupting our natural reward pathway, it leads to constant scrolling, loss of motivation, a shortened attention span, and more. It becomes kind of an addiction and has a negative impact on our lives, stopping us from doing what we truly want to do, the things that will actually benefit our lives. For instance, have you ever found yourself scrolling for no reason, refreshing pages, just searching for something to catch your attention, even though you're not really having fun doing it? You're just kind of doing it because? Or maybe you found yourself going down the rabbit hole of videos just to find yourself watching a video of a horse getting its back cracked by the end of it, not knowing how you got there. Okay, maybe that last one was just me, but the point is we're overindulging, and I'm sure you've been in a position where you consumed a little bit more than you wanted to. This overconsumption steals our focus, our motivation, our time, and it stops us from doing the harder things that will greatly benefit us in the long term. And it's not that we're not capable of these long-term goals, or we don't want them. I mean, everybody wants to achieve their goals, but they're difficult to achieve and they take time to complete. So instead we procrastinate and we turn to our TVs, our phones, junk food, and we forget about the long-term consequences of these actions. We think this way because our brains are still the same as they were 1,000 years ago. And for the most part, we still share the same brains as our hunter-gatherer ancestors. You remember them? They would scan valleys, see a buffalo, get super excited, and then go hunt and kill it? Yeah, we still think like that. And that same reason those hunter and gatherers wanted to kill the buffalo is the same reason you click the notifications on your phone. It's the same reason you eat junk food, because of dopamine, which you've probably heard of. It's known as the feel-good chemical. However, it's more of the motivation chemical, because it's not the thing that makes us feel good, but it's the thing that motivates us to do the things that we think will give us pleasure. Like when our ancestors saw that buffalo, they got a hit of dopamine and were motivated to go hunt and kill it. And it's the same for us. We see a notification, we get a hit of dopamine, and that's why we click it. Back then, that way of thinking helped us survive and go after the things that we needed. However, times are different now, and that way of thinking doesn't really serve us anymore. In fact, it hurts us. It's the reason why we keep doing these things that we know are bad for us, like eating foods we know are going to make us sluggish later, or watching that next Netflix show instead of going to bed. And the list goes on, and this dopamine system kind of ends up controlling our lives. And these urges, habits, and addictions that we develop over time start to make an impact on our life, whether we like it or not. And this is the main reason I'm making this video, is because I feel like it's had a negative impact on my life. And there's been times where I've basically been like an internet addict and just kind of crawled into a hole and watched a bunch of Netflix or scrolled through meaningless content, and it stole my time, took away my motivation, and stopped me from doing the things that I really wanted to do. But is there a solution to this, or are we just slaves to our dopamine and just have to go wherever it takes us? One is you could just go cold turkey and live under a rock and never use the internet ever again, but I don't think that's the best way to go about it, because I think in moderation the internet's super useful. I mean, you can interact with people on it, you can create things, you can learn, you can become better just by watching other people. I mean, one of the coolest things of the internet is that you can see someone do something and be like, oh my gosh, I could do that too, and you can learn from them. That's why I think it's just really important to be mindful of what you're taking in on a daily basis and to kind of consume in moderation. Limiting your consumption to only the things that benefit you in your life. And when you start to limit your consumption or go without your phone for a little bit, you start to realize that the little things in life are a little bit more fun. Talking to friends, going for a walk, reading a book even, they start to become fun. And something I've noticed as I started to kind of limit my internet use is that I feel a lot more present. And that's what it's all about, living in the moment, enjoying what you got while you got it. So that's just a cool plus in my opinion. I don't know, maybe it's just me who struggles with this. If you have any tips though, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you're in a similar situation, please, I'd love to hear your story, so let me know. Anyways, have a good day and peace.